Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through all that noise, the sheer volume of information hitting you every day.
Right, it's just relentless.
Exactly. And it's easy to feel like you're just, drowning in headlines without really getting what matters.
That's the goal here, to give you that deeper understanding.
So today we're taking a snapshot of the world as it looked on September 15th, 2025.
And not just skimming, we're talking high-stakes diplomacy, breaking news from India, entertainment buzz, domestic stories, the works.
Yeah, pulling it all together. We've got sources like Mint, India Today, The Economic Times, UN News, BBC, a real mix.
Our mission really is to find those crucial insights, the surprising bits, the aha moments.
So you feel genuinely informed, minus the headache.
Precisely. Shall we dive in?
Let's do it. Where do we start?
I think we have to start with geopolitics. It's just such a tense, shifting landscape right now.
Tensions, alliances, diplomatic chess.
Yeah.
Feels about right.
And a big piece of that puzzle is NATO, definitely under pressure.
The Russian drone incursions. That seems to be escalating.
It really does. The UN's warning about the risk of escalation that came after a pretty significant Russian drone went into Poland.
That's huge. A direct challenge to NATO's core principle, isn't it? Collective defense.
Absolutely. And President Zelensky of Ukraine, well, he didn't mince words.
What did he say?
Called it an obvious expansion of the war by Russia. That's a heavy statement from Kyiv.
Wow. And it wasn't just Poland.
No, shortly after, Romania reported a Russian drone in its airspace, too. Another NATO member.
So what does this mean for NATO? They have to respond, but how?
That's the million-dollar question. It puts immense pressure on them to figure out a response that's, proportional but doesn't accidentally start something much bigger.
Defining red lines, basically.
Exactly. And it potentially exposes cracks if they can't agree on how to handle these persistent provocations that aren't quite kinetic attacks.
And then you have the political layer.
Yeah.
Donald Trump weighed in.
He did. So he's willing to put sanctions on Russia, but Europe has to match the U.S. pressure.
That sounds familiar. Classic Trump playbook. Burden sharing.
Very much so. It taps right into that long-running debate within the alliance about who pays for what, who carries the weight.
Does that kind of public demand strengthen the alliance?
Yeah.
Or does it maybe weaken the perception of unity?
That's a great question. It really highlights the dual pressures on the alliance, external threats like the drones, and internal political rhetoric that can sow uncertainty.
Okay, let's shift slightly.
Yeah.
U.S., China. Still dancing that intricate economic tango.
They are. High-level trade talks were happening in Spain, but the elephant in the room? TikTok.
The deadline is looming. This is more than just an app, isn't it?
Oh, far more. It really captures the whole tension around tech, data, and national security. Some call it a digital Cold War.
And Trump's comment on TikTok.
Pretty provocative. We may let it die. That's strong signal about U.S. concerns over data, potential foreign influence.
It's using economic leverage, really.
Exactly. It's a strategic move about controlling information flow, tech influence. We'll probably see more of this kind of thing, not just with China. It forces everyone to rethink global digital spaces.
Makes sense. Okay, let's pivot to the Middle East. Always complex, always delicate.
Extremely. The Israel-Gaza situation is still critical. Reports of the IDF destroying more buildings in Gaza City continue.
And amidst this, Trump also had a warning for Israel.
Yes, told them to be very careful with Qatar. Called Qatar a great U.S. ally.
That's interesting. Qatar plays a complex role, right?
Very complex. They host a huge U.S. base, supply energy, but also talk to groups like Hamas, facilitate aid to Gaza. It makes them a key, if sometimes awkward, player.
So Trump's comment acknowledges that delicate balance.
It seems to hint at those interwoven, sometimes contradictory relationships in the region. Meanwhile, you've got the UN General Assembly endorsing the New York Declaration.
The two-state solution for Israel and Palestine.
Right. It's a significant diplomatic step, reaffirms the international consensus. But let's be honest, the path to actually making it happen is incredibly difficult, a very long road.
Definitely. Now, India. They seem to be carving out their own space.
Confidently. Russia actually praised India for its strategic autonomy.
Specifically regarding oil purchases, despite U.S. and NATO pressure.
Exactly. It's a clear sign India is charting its own course in this multipolar world.
And there were those trilateral talks, too.
Yes. The first India, Iran, Uzbekistan talks hosted in Tehran. That's another significant strategic move.
So it's not just about defying the West.
No, I think it's more calculated. Diversifying risks, maximizing national interests, connectivity, energy security, regional influence.
Playing the field, in a way. positioning itself as a truly non-aligned major power.
Pretty much. A pragmatic approach in a very complex world.
Okay, closer to home for the U.S. and U.K. immigration.
Yeah.
Still a major hot-button issue.
Dominating the discourse, for sure. We saw Donald Trump strongly condemn that horrific incident in Texas.
The killing of Chandra Nagamalaya.
Yes. Trump blamed an illegal alien from Cuba and President Biden's policies, vowing a crackdown.
So that tragedy immediately became part of the larger immigration debate.
Instantly, a real flashpoint, highlighting those deep divisions in the U.S.
And across the pond in the U.K.
A contrasting approach. Prime Minister Keir Starmer refused to, as he put it, surrender to far-right protesters at an anti-immigration rally.
Emphasizing diversity.
Yeah, his vision for a diverse country. It really shows the starkly different ways Western democracies are grappling with immigration and national identity right now.
Fascinating contrast. Okay, let's zoom in now on Nepal, a big political development there.
Huge. Nepal appointed its first woman prime minister, Sushila Karki. That's genuinely historic.
Breaking that barrier at the highest level, amazing.
And what's really compelling is her promise right out of the gate.
What was that?
She committed to handing over power within 6 months.
6 months, that's unusual.
Very. It seems like a direct response to what citizens have been demanding: an end to corruption, better governance, economic equality.
So signaling real intent for reform.
That's how it looks, a break from the old ways. But, the challenge is immense. Tackling corruption, implementing reforms, building consensus, all in 6 months.
A tall order. And it's not just her, right? The youth are involved.
Very much so. Nepal's Gen Z leaders are really vocal.
Calling for what specifically?
A corruption-free future and, interestingly, closer ties with India.
What does that tell us?
It shows they're not just watching, they want to drive change. They're tired of past failures, want transparency. And looking to India? Well, that often suggests seeking economic opportunity, trade, resources. They see that as key to the future they want.
A powerful youth movement shaping the country's path.
Yeah.
Okay, from nation building to Hollywood, the Emmys.
Right. The 77th Primetime Emmy Awards in L.A. Glitz, glamour, and some controversy.
Always. Let's start with the highs. Records were broken.
They were. Owen Cooper, just 15 years old, became the youngest male actor ever to win an Emmy for Adolescence.
Incredible achievement. Any other historic wins?
Yes. Tremel Tillman, first black man to win for Best Supporting Actor. Important moments for representation.
Absolutely. And who are the big show winners?
The Studio, Seth Rogen's comedy, had a massive night. 11 wins, made Emmy history. Rogen himself won Best Lead Actor in a Comedy.
Wow, 11 wins. Any others?
Sure. Noah Weil for The Pit, lead actor. Britt Lower from Severance, Best Drama Actress. Erin Doherty, also from Adolescence, Best Actress in a Limited Series. And Stephen Colbert grabbed Best Talk Series again.
Quite a haul for some. But you mentioned controversy.
Yes. Amidst all the celebration, one moment really buzzed. Hannah Einbinder won her first Emmy.
Why?
But her acceptance speech got muted, suddenly cut off.
Muted? Why?
Apparently, her remarks were pro-Palestine and anti-ISIS. The censoring instantly sparked a huge debate.
About freedom of speech at these big events.
Exactly, especially when it touches sensitive political nerves. It kind of overshadowed her win, shifted the whole focus from art to censorship and activism.
So who made the call? Network. Producers.
That's the question everyone's asking. Was it policy? A snap decision? Whatever it was, it highlights how tangled entertainment and politics are now. The boundaries are blurry.
Definitely something to watch. Okay, let's head over to India. Always a dynamic news landscape there.
A real whirlwind lately. Cricket drama, economic shifts, social stories, you name it.
Let's start with cricket, the Asia Cup. India versus Pakistan.
India won quite convincingly, a 7-wicket victory over Pakistan in Dubai. Pakistan looked, well, listless, according to reports.
But the real story was after the match.
Often is with India-Pakistan. There was this no-handshake incident. India's captain, Sri Kumar Yadav, defended his decision not to shake hands.
And the Pakistani captain.
Salman Agha skipped the post-match presentation entirely.
Wow. Shows how much more than just sport this rivalry is.
It's a mirror for everything else, isn't it? Politics, social sentiment. Every little gesture gets magnified.
And wasn't there something about the music, too?
Oh, yeah. The DJ apparently played Jalebi Baby instead of Pakistan's national anthem. The video went viral, naturally.
Yikes. That wouldn't go down well.
Probably not. And then Surya Kumar Yadav dedicated the win
To whom?
to the problem victims and the armed forces, adding a very somber, patriotic layer to the victory. referencing a recent tragedy in Kashmir.
So the anthem blunder, the handshake snub, the dedication, it really shows the deep emotion tied up in this.
Exactly. It's national pride, geopolitics, collective emotion, all wrapped up in a cricket match.
Okay, let's shift to the Indian economy. What's the picture there?
A bit mixed, but generally resilient, I'd say. On one hand, new investor additions to the stock market dropped.
By how much?
About 18% month-on-month in August. The NSC report blamed tariff shocks.
Tariff shocks,
Yeah.
meaning unexpected duties or taxes.
Yeah, likely on imports or raw materials. Creates uncertainty, makes investors cautious.
But you said it was mixed.
Right, because on the other hand, you see optimism. The urban company IPO allotment is happening, and its gray market premium, the unofficial pre-listing demand, is rising. That's positive.
And bigger picture.
The World Bank's private arm, the IFC, plans to double its India investments to $10 billion by 2030.
That's a huge vote of confidence.
Massive. Shows strong international belief in India's long-term growth, especially with the economy growing around 6.4%. They see potential despite bumps in the road.
Got it. What about domestic issues? Anything significant happening legally or socially?
Well, the Supreme Court issued an interim order on that controversial Waqf Amendment Act.
Right, that deals with religious endowments, waqf properties.
Exactly, primarily Islamic charitable trusts. The controversy is usually around management, ownership, state authority. The court stepping in suggests the challenges to the act are serious. It touches on religious autonomy, property rights.
And politically. PM Modi was active.
Yes, announcing nearly 19,000 crore in projects for Assam. And he took the opportunity to aim a terror barb at the Congress Party.
What did he say?
Something like, "Don't believe in appeasement, we believe in satisfaction," linking development projects to his ideological stance.
Contrasting his approach with Congress's history.
Precisely. Framing it as development versus appeasement, it's a key part of his party's narrative. Strong governance, inclusive development.
Also saw some concerning local incidents reported.
Yes, unfortunately. A viral video from UP showed a woman beating her husband outside court, alleging triple talaq. Heavy rainfall caused major issues in Mumbai, waterlogging, traffic chaos.
IMD warnings for more rain.
Yeah, orange and yellow alerts in Maharashtra. And a tragic accident in Delhi, a finance ministry official killed, his wife critically injured when a BMW hit their bike.
Awful. And security issues.
An encounter in Jharkhand where 3 Maoists were killed, including one with a large bounty. And then there's always the tech side. Nano banana AI craze, Google's Gemini updates. It's a constant stream.
It really is. Okay, finally, let's turn to that story that really hit hard in the U.S., the Charlie Kirk shooting.
Yes, a deeply disturbing event. Killed during an open-air speaking engagement.
And the suspect.
Tyler Robinson. Reports say he's not cooperating with authorities. He's been placed on special watch in jail.
Which makes finding motives harder, I imagine.
Significantly complicates the investigation, yes. Very frustrating for everyone seeking answers.
And the ripple effects have been disturbing, too. That Toronto teacher.
Truly awful. Suspended for repeatedly showing students a graphic video of the actual shooting. Caused real trauma.
It just raises so many questions. Judgment, protecting kids, the impact of this kind of violence.
Absolutely. It's not just the event itself, but how the graphic content spreads and the secondary trauma it causes, if handled irresponsibly. Media literacy, educator responsibility, it's all part of the fallout.
And the political reaction.
Donald Trump announced plans to attend Kirk's funeral. And he's been attacking what he calls left-wing agitators.
Immediately framing it politically.
Yes, connecting it to broader political divides, blaming agitators, framing it within that culture war narrative, shows how quickly tragedy gets politicized in today's climate.
Right. So as we wrap up this deep dive, wow, we've covered a lot of ground.
We really have. From those global power dynamics, the drone tensions, the U.S.-China tech tussle,
To Nepal's political shift, the youth demanding change,
the Emmys, the highs, and that unexpected censorship moment.
India's cricket fever, its economic pulse, those very local human stories.
And ending with the shockwaves from the Charlie Kirk tragedy in the U.S.
It feels like a whirlwind, but when you step back,
You see the connections, how these seemingly separate things weave together to paint this complex picture of our world right now.
understanding these pieces helps grasp the bigger context, definitely.
Local impacts, global influences local. It's all intertwined.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So for everyone listening, as you think back on everything we've touched on, the cricket drama, shifting alliances, that Emmy moment, the weight of national tragedies, here's something to consider.
What stands out most to you from today's news?
Yeah, what single development feels the most significant, and why do you think its ripples might spread further than we even discussed today? Something to mull over.